Sorry, Chris. Hello, Tanya.
Hey,
Sorry about that. My son called.
your son
Oh,
called.
Yeah. Hey, welcome back.
welcome back. Thank you.
Welcome back. And I'm sorry for this. My son called. My youngest son lives on a different island from I do. So he
Uh,
usually tries to call on the weekends to see how I'm doing.
oh, that's nice. How old is your son?
He is actually a sophomore, so 16.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
But he usually calls to say, "Hey, Dad, can I have money?"
oh,
Hey, Dad. Welcome, son. Hey, yeah, or he'll call and say, "Hey, Dad, what's new? What's going on in your life?" So he is actually learning about his gifts as well.
uh-huh.
He's a Virgo and he loves it. He loves, but he's not too keen about, he said, the spooky stuff.
Hello. Uh-huh.
I tell him it's not all spooky. It's not all scary.
Right.
There's a lot that's so beautiful, but
It is.
I I think we a lot of times society only talk about the scary stuff. We don't want to just talk about the scary stuff. That's not what we're
No.
here for.
But you know,
Yeah.
the scary stuff, or what we believe or what we perceive, you know, as the scary stuff, that's all stuff that we're like programmed to think is actually
Yep.
scary. You know what I'm trying to
Absolutely.
say?
Yep.
Um, like, it's all the Hollywood stuff that is put out there, and all the, you know, medium to the stars, and all those kind of things, right?
Hmm.
So we're just programmed to think these things, and there are situations that are scary, but I think learning how to put a shield around you and protect your energy is so
Hmm.
important in what we
Yep.
do, right? Hi, Jade.
Yep.
Hi, I'm back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Set boundaries, right? Set
Exactly.
boundaries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With setting boundaries, though, is like, with the spirit world and with people as well, right?
Oh, okay. Yes.
And I always say that the only people that are going to be the problem with my boundaries are the people who don't respect me and don't respect my boundaries, right? And then
Right. Right.
the question is, well, do I really need them in my life? You know? Hey, Vicky.
Hi, Miss D. Can I ask, Phyllis, are you an empath as well?
I am. I
Yes,
am. I'm very
you are.
empathic.
You
I'm
just feel
empathic. I'm
You
clairvoyant, psychic, medium.
do you find you have difficulties being in crowds sometimes?
Oh God, like yeah. Oh yeah. Like if I'm, let's say, going up on an elevator, and the doors open and there's a lot of people. Let's
Hmm.
say there's like 5 people. 5 people is not a big deal. But when I look at them, my brain tells me there's 40 of them, because it's like 5 of them are living and like 35 of them are gone. Right? So,
Right.
and I will actually stand back and not go into the elevator because of that.
that's
Oh, even elevators, yeah.
free.
Yeah.
Look who's here.
Hello, Miss
Hi.
V.
Hey, Miss D.
Hey. Hi, everyone.
It's Mama Vicky in the house.
Yes,
It's been a very long time since we got to chit chat and talk stuff.
exactly.
How have you been?
I have been up and down and in and out and all around.
Yeah.
Self-life.
You can thank.
I
Sorry.
always liked your. You always had this energy about you that was always either really up or not so much. You know what I mean?
You know what? Because I think what it is I'm empathic also. So I pick up on a lot of different energies, and
Hmm.
sometimes I forget to clear it out.
Yeah.
And so what I have to learn to do is clear it out.
It's so.
Yeah. Do you do readings as well, Misty?
Huh?
Do you do any readings as well?
You know what I do with different friends and different people. I do a lot of pendulum readings, um, and close people.
Okay. Okay. We are close people,
Yes.
and we definitely. I made an offer to Phyllis earlier. I'm
Mhm.
gonna make one to you too, Miss B. I
Mhm.
would really like for you to be one of our guests. If none of you know yet, Grizz is actually my partner. Grizz is the one that actually makes all of the postings. She does all of the background work. She does all of the communication. I just sit here and I look good. I chit chat. That's my job. I am the mouthpiece.
Okay.
But for those who don't know yet, the person sitting in that bottom right quadrant right there, she's the one that does all of the work and makes me look good. So Grizz,
She makes you look good. She makes you
Yes,
look
yeah,
wonderful.
Luca.
yep,
I
exactly.
think, but I'm like, once I have my mindset on something, I will stick to it, or else it bug me until I get
Right.
it.
Right, Luca.
We
Mm.
exactly,
You're.
exactly. I
You're.
actually I made an offer to several people this week to become our guests. So since I have Phyllis here and Miss B here, if I may share a little bit, if you're okay with that.
Sure.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Phyllis, first of all, I see you go live all the time, and I think that is amazing. I think it's so good that you do that because there are a lot of people in this world, friends, family, and even strangers who are looking for help.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
tried the traditional way, and they haven't found the help or the resolution that they need.
Yeah.
So they think outside of the box, and that's where we come in. That's where you come in.
I'm feeling spirit right now.
So am I. I got chills.
I was just gonna.
Um,
Are you any of you nauseous? Because I just started feeling nauseous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And my head. My
Come
head suddenly feels weird.
Okay.
on.
My stomach.
Yeah. Ugh, fuck.
My
okay,
stomach.
Ray,
Me
we
or
gotta clear the energy. We gotta clear this energy.
Yeah.
Set our
Clear this
boundaries.
energy. You know what?
Because,
Can I make a suggestion, Luca? I'm so sorry to interrupt.
no? It's okay.
Can I do a sage?
yeah.
Yeah, go
Mm.
ahead. Please.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Chris would say, we must be doing something right tonight
Yeah.
because the enemy wants to
Yeah.
intercede in what we're doing.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
must be doing something.
That's usually the case. So if you have technical difficulties and stuff, yeah, it's either spirit or negativity that's not wanting you. You're
Yeah.
obviously doing something good, in the name of towards the light. Kind
Yeah.
of.
Thank you, Phyllis. That was a good suggestion.
Okay. Let's do this. I got mine. Every time I pull this out, I'm like, can you imagine if this was weed? What a happy place this would be. No.
I wouldn't be able to put this on Instagram if that was me.
You know what? And what is so amazing, I don't want to say funny, what is so amazing is where I live at with my daughter, we're on um, a energy place where there were slaves that go in and out of this area.
Hmm.
So they're literally upstairs. There's a portal in my daughter's room where she literally had to put iron in her room to stop them from going in and out, in and out, in and out. So now they're down here. I always catch them out of the corner of my eye. And now what is so amazing is the moment I moved here, I see more spirits here than I did when I was in Minnesota.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a there were my son-in-law is a saxophone player. So we were at this particular
Hello, Mickey.
garden party kind of a thing. And so there were some gay young men that came in. As I looked over to see them come in, there was the tallest gay man that had on this full gay, and I'm not against gay because I have a gay grandson. Blonde wig, full drag outfit on. Now, I'm looking at the two gay men that came and sat down. I'm looking for the full drag queen. And I asked my daughter, I said, where did he go? She told me, where did who go? I said, the guy with the blonde full drag on. She told me, ain't nobody in here with that. I said, he came in with them. She said, there is nobody here like that. I said, so where did he go? She said, Mama, there's nobody here with him.
Hmm.
I said, so why am I seeing all this stuff now?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Because you're ascending, that's why.
Yeah.
Huh?
Because you're ascending.
Yeah.
You are ascending, that's why. That's why you can see more now.
And so then I see a lady with a petticoat dress on, powder blue. Her hair was back in the day where we, wore our natural hair, rolled up and stuff. And I'm like, okay, now what is it, woman, that you needed for me to see you in your full powder blue petticoat dress, long thing on? I say, so now I come home, move back home, and now I got to see all of this.
Wow.
Because they were to show the true self.
Uh-oh.
What's going on? I can't hear you, Luca.
Uh-oh.
Can't hear you.
Because now he's
Yeah.
explaining to me what's going on. So I want to
Did
get
you
all
hear beep?
interrupted.
What beeped? I heard beep and then I couldn't hear his voice. Did you guys hear the
Luca? Oh, phone. Phone. Somebody.
phone call?
Somebody called him.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on? I didn't
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I'm
I had to cut him off. I had to cut him off.
for you guys.
But um, did you need to say anything, Phyllis,
I
with your stage?
yeah. So before we finish on some music, if that's okay.
Hmm?
Yep.
Okay. Can you hear that okay? Okay. So if we can just take a couple deep breaths in and exhale very slowly, we'll do like 3 before we start. Okay? releasing all those negative into this smoke. I release all energies that no longer serve the greater good of this room and the people, all negativity that surrounds me and all my friends, and all fears that limit me and all my friends. I ask that only love, light, happiness, and abundance fill my brains and the space of this room. And so it is.
Thank you, Phyllis.
You're welcome.
That was really nice. I've never seen that done before.
Awesome. Thank you.
I do feel better. I felt like a
Whew. It was like a
Okay, so it might have been my fault. Remember earlier we were talking about that girl with the string hair?
And this is my pendulum.
yeah.
Sorry.
I think honestly, Luca, I felt like that was like a passerby.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I cut off
2 minutes up the street from
last.
this house, 2 minutes up the street, there is a graveyard. It is a very old graveyard. There is a lot of unmarked graves. Um, there is a lot of graves of people who passed. Gosh, I think I want to say as early as the 40s. And it's not been upkept. It's not been brought up to date. So it's a very old cemetery.
Far from your house?
So we're right in the way of that.
Can you guys hear me?
I hear
Oh,
dogs. Yeah, I hear dogs.
My daughter's dogs are in the basement. So, well, her husband's dogs are in the basement. So they're upstairs playing with my great grandson. So they hear him. So
I see. It's like I know Phyllis. I know I'm gonna ask Grizz at a later date, maybe tomorrow or something like that, to contact you and set up a time where we can have you as our guest.
Yeah.
And it's basically chit chat. We talk about your spiritual gifts. We talk about what are your favorite things to do. We talk about what if you have any upcoming events or where else, what other platforms you have. I also ask that if you have donation links to have that ready, and Grace will take care of all of that. Like I said,
Thank
she does all the hard work.
you.
I
Yeah.
look this in. That's what it is. And
Awesome.
since we have Miss D here, and I know one thing about Miss D that not many may remember. I know Phyllis probably knows, but I know Miss D has a really beautiful singing voice.
She does.
Her voice is very, and forgive me if this is not the correct description, but her voice is very sultry when she sings.
She does. She does. You're right.
She does. She does. I remember that about her. I also remember when Kelly would do readings for Miss V, and it had to do with a past connection. And I know that there was so much information coming through for her, and she just became drawn into the family, into the Kelly's family, which is great. There's a lot of great people there. There's a lot of great people here tonight.
mm-hmm.
So, if I may go back to what I was trying to explain before we got interrupted, the reason why I wanted to start streaming them here on this platform is because I've asked the universe to put me in a position where we can create a community just like this, and we can share our gifts, our talents, just talking, educating, pointing people in the right direction if we're not the ones that can help them. And not just offer spiritual readings, but I want to offer art. I want to offer herbalists. Like Cranch is really good with her herbs. I have someone coming up talking about mental health. I contacted a woman on Instagram who was actually a witch, and I told her I do not do evil spells for witches. If that's the kind of witch you are, I don't want to make connection with you. She said no. I do potions for love. I do potions for prosperity, for healing, for strength. I said okay. I said I'll keep that in the back of my head, but I want my my guides and my intuition, my gut to say, yeah, this person's okay. Person's okay with that.
Yeah, you have to understand that with doing witchcraft, that you have to know that what you put out there is karma. So if you do bad things, you're going to get it back. So you have to know that anything that you deal with witchcraft, if it's evil, it's going to get you.
Mm,
So you don't want to do anything that's going to be evil because it's karma.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do anything with witchcraft, you need to know that it has to be with love, caring,
mm,
and all of that. Because you don't want to
mm.
do nothing that's going to be harmful to
Yeah.
anyone because it will come back on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, it didn't sit right with me. I didn't feel that the comfortableness with her. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
granted she's gifted, she's studied, she's well educated in her background and what she wants to do, but it just didn't sit right.
Yeah.
Then her
And I don't.
intentions
That's
were
yeah,
wrong.
exactly her intentions. It's not the type of um, presentation I want to put out.
Mm-hmm.
Not with mine and Griz's names and reputation behind that.
yeah.
Because we represent not just ourselves, but a bigger community like the Phyllises and the Miss B's and the Crams and all the other people, and even Kelly and Greenie, I think was her name, and Carolyn, Universal Truths, and Mystery Scope and Amber. We're a presentation or a small part of the presentation of this collective. And I don't want to put that kind of stuff out
Mm-hmm.
for our collective, for our community. So it didn't sit right with me. But I thought I'd keep it in the back of my head. And the more I think about it, the more probably the answer would be no.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I personally, I believe in manifesting for the
Mm-hmm.
things that we want, and meditating and praying and grounding and rooting and
Mm-hmm.
keeping our chakras all in line to keep that balance in our lives. But when you start to say mm, spells and it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, not so much. And I mean, and you guys all know that when we do what we do, we always do it with much gratitude and the right intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. To help you.
So, you
And
know,
you
Yeah, I
know
saw
what?
your face.
And
I
even
saw your face change, Phyllis.
if we speak certain things, it's a form of a spell. I mean, the Bible is a form of a spell book. So you just know it's your intentions behind what we say. Like Phyllis said, manifestation. That's a form of a spell. So it's what you speak, it's how you speak it, it's what you say
Oh,
behind
yeah.
what you say.
yeah,
Attention.
So
In fact, the
Attention.
Bible says that there is power in the words.
So
Your words
yes, so
are
it's
power.
what
Yeah.
you say, it's how you say it, it's your intention behind it. You
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
know, am I saying something in a way that is going to be harmful or helpful?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, even with manifesting, I tell people this all the time. In order to like when we're manifesting, right? In order for this manifestation to come to fruition, it already has to be in our life path,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So, chances are I'm not going to be a billionaire, and that's okay, but it has to be,
Not until you're 48, right?
yeah, yeah.
Not until you're 48.
Hey, listen, I can wait till 48. I'm not that far.
Okay.
But
All right. All right.
you know, and then also manifesting you know, with the intention of receiving what we need and not asking for the things that we don't need, or asking for, let's say if it's it's a dollar amount, and we're asking for, like, let's say $10,000 would cover what I need to cover right now, but I'm asking for 1 million. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. Like,
Right.
so
Exactly. I know. Figure it's all about intention. There's only two intentions. It's good or
that's
so
right. There's no in between.
yeah, it's all about that. So, I am also conscious about all the people that put, oh, we do love potions, this and that. Okay, but what is the intention behind it? And goes to them, it's like, okay, can you make me fall in love with this man? He doesn't love me? Maybe he's involved with somebody else or whatever the situation is. Then it's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
in here, is that a good potion? You know,
Or are you asking for someone else's husband or
exactly.
someone else's wife?
One,
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I
yeah,
want the man down the street, and the man down the street has a wife and children.
yep,
Why would you ask for someone else's husband or someone else's wife? Why
right,
not ask for your own
Hi,
yep,
warrior.
husband
Yeah.
or someone own husband or wife? I mean, you want your own. Why
yep,
would you want someone else's
yep.
Oh,
person?
the other day someone was hitting on me, which and that I was like, that alone just made me laugh, because I was like, what?
Hey,
No.
you want to hear something funny? I got you on that one. Tonight,
Mhm.
somebody was hitting on me. Tonight, somebody was hitting on me. Somebody said that I was sexy. Did you see that?
I
Okay.
did. I did. I did.
And and so
Wait,
if
I
that's okay to know that someone feels that you're sexy. But are you sexy because, well, okay, they thought that you were sexy. That's fine. But are you sexy to them in their mind? But do you belong to someone else? Well, thank you. Like I told my daughter, my second oldest daughter is married, and I I saw her running from these men that found her sexy. I said, listen, you don't have to run because someone finds you sexy. You tell them, well, thank you, but I'm married, and you continue to stand your ground. You
Yeah.
don't have to run off because some man finds you sexy. Now, if they coming at you trying to touch you or invade your space, that's a different,
yeah,
scenario.
again,
But
the word is intentions. The word is intentions.
yes,
Yeah.
I
intention.
mean,
you know, it's fine when I was married, when I was still married and, with my husband, and someone felt the need to come and let me know that they found me sexy or attractive or, you know, whatever. Well, thank you, but I'm married. And that was fine. Now, if you find me sexy and attractive now, well, thank you. I'm single
I mean,
and available.
all right then. I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong with telling someone that they're beautiful or they're sexy. I mean, I
Right.
actually, the other day, there was this woman at the store that I was at, and I don't know, I just felt her energy, and she just seemed sad. And, she was walking, but she had her head down. And I went up there and I said, can I say something to you? And she said, sure. And I said, you're beautiful. You don't need to look down. And she went, oh, thank you. And that was it. And there's nothing wrong with,
No,
you said it's the intention, right?
yeah,
But when someone is like hitting on you and you're like, oh, okay. So anyways, after all the comments that he made, I said, well, thank you. My husband thinks so as well. And then of like, that shut that down. But I mean, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
you know what
I
I
mean,
was.
that's fine. And you, like you said, my husband think I'm sexy as well. So now you can move on and go on about your business because my husband think I'm sexy and stacked or whatever, He appreciates who I am. And thank you. And you can move,
I
I
mean,
appreciate it.
yeah, it was, I
Yeah.
think, in the way that it was said and done. Like, if
Mm-hmm.
I say, Luca, I think you're beautiful. I do. And I mean that. See how it's different?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's just different.
Yeah.
He, girl, you're a goddess. You know that. Like, so I think it's intention. It's like when someone's being like creepy,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like,
Yeah. And you feel that energy too. Like,
yeah,
or t-
Yeah.
you're
so,
like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so,
Exactly.
right? And they're still going at it, and you're like, yeah, all right, okay then, thank you. It's like you're not even like flattered by it.
Mm-mm.
It's
You
like,
can tell the ones that
dude,
are flattering you or the ones that's being creepy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
no, okay,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
I'm good, thanks.
You know,
I'm glad.
when I was younger, I was a young adult in my early adulthood, I should say. I had more confidence then.
Mhm.
I was a flirt. I would flirt with everybody and anybody, whether you were married or not.
Ooh,
And I
worry.
don't want to put this out into the internet on on social media, but I did get into a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Not once, not twice, not three times, 5 times, because I was just I was a late bloomer. I didn't have a significant other like everybody else did, 16, 17, 18. I didn't know what it meant. And we didn't learn it growing up. We lived in a household where love was not a word used every day. It was only used on special occasions, which is sad. We never got hugs. We never got pat on the back. I'm so proud of you. So I had to find my own way. And I think we all did, all of my siblings and myself, in our own confidence. But I became one that was just out of control.
Mhm.
And you think I would learn the lesson once? No. And I learn it the second time? No. 3 times?
No, you wouldn't want to
No.
take no pictures of yourself and put it out there on the internet because it's out there forever.
Yeah.
No, never do, never do. That's why I don't even like getting in front of the camera. But for like this, what we're trying to create, this community, and I'm really glad Phyllis is here, and Miss B, and Fran was here, and Grizz, because we are going to be the foundations for this community that we have to build. And although a lot of times we hop on and one or two people join, and it's usually the same people, and there's nothing wrong with that. There really isn't. But there are so many more people out there that are looking for help, and we're not reaching them yet. So maybe as individuals, we may not be able to reach the potential of people that we can help. Maybe as a collective, as a group, we possibly could.
Mm.
I know there are other platforms that Amber, I think, uses, and that's fantastic. That's great. And John Mystery School, they're fantastic with that other platform. For me, I was called to this platform, and this is where I'm going to stay. I'm more than willing to experience the other platforms, experience other places. 6, 7, 800 people in a room, that's great. But then the energy gets scattered. And for me, I can't be in a room with that many people because my energy gets scattered really bad. I can't concentrate. I'd
Mm,
rather be in a more intimate setting like this, where I
mm,
can concentrate on Miss D and say, all right, Miss D, here's what I'm saying. terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes people with passion. It takes
Mm-hmm.
people with the willingness to want to help others, and also with experience in our past personal lives, where we can use our gifts, our testimonies, our stories, like even doing Sage today. I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
But Phyllis did, and that's the experience. That's from experience itself.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even think of that. And that's part of the collective that we need to expound on more. So that's what we are trying to create here. And Grace and I have had a conversation about this already, about maybe moving over to another platform. I'm not ready for that yet, because my work here isn't done.
Like their spirits
And I
all behind Phyllis.
Yeah, I just got pinned.
exactly I
I,
could see her face change.
I totally got weirded out right now.
It's because spirit is with
I just
each of
felt them all behind her. They're just all behind her.
Yep.
they're not negative. I can tell you that.
I had a weird call.
They're they're here because I believe it's ascended masters who are coming to group us together
Mm-hmm.
as a collective, as a community, because Misty, you got way too much to offer to others that's not even being used yet.
Mm-hmm.
And Grizz, you are more powerful and gifted than you give yourself credit for.
Yepers.
Mm-hmm.
But but
And,
you're
and
you're
Miss Phyllis, this is what Spirit wants you to know. Spirit wants you to know that with all of your talents and gifts, it's great. It's fantastic. You can use it on your daily life, but there's a legacy that you need to create, which means possibility of taking someone on for you to be a mentor. Because there's a legacy that Phyllis is going to be building that you're not aware of yet. Spirit's going to send you someone, or you might find this person. It could be the woman you saw in the supermarket that said, "Hey, you're beautiful." You might make a connection again with her,
mm-hmm,
and then make that connection.
mm-hmm.
But there's a legacy for you, Phyllis, that you haven't even touched yet. I know you're gifted. You're powerfully gifted. But you need to pass that knowledge down to the next generation
Yeah.
so it doesn't go away with you. Understood?
They bearded,
Thank you.
giddy,
Yeah, that's
agreed.
Wade. He was a moderator for
Mhm.
Kelly at one point. I'm the most beautiful in the land. Wade, jackass. But that's what Spirit wants you to know. That's why each of you felt that spirit, that tingle behind you. Phyllis is touched because Phyllis, sometimes you're a lot more focused and not really paying attention to what's out here. And that's why you get physically touched. That's why you got hope. Because the
Yeah.
spirit is trying to get your attention.
They do that all the time. I get poked all the time or pinched or all kinds of stuff.
But let me ask, with that being said, if I may ask Grizz first, my partner. Grizz, what are your thoughts? What do you think?
What are my thoughts? What? It's kind of cutting off.
What are your thoughts about what we just talked about the collective, about what Spirit wanted you to know?
Sorry, it cut off because my daughter was texting me, but my kids are all around here. Can you hear them?
I
Hmm.
can.
Mom,
Yeah.
I'm playing Fortnite
Oh, nice.
with my friends.
Okay, cool.
So cute. Oh my God.
I miss my kids at the age.
How old are they, Grizz?
They range from my oldest is actually going to turn 17 this Sunday.
Oh,
Um, from that, my daughter, my only girl, is going to turn 14. I have 8.5, a 7.
you're a busy mama.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My
Mine
my
is.
littlest is like I mean, he's like quite the energy right there. See him?
Hmm.
Instead of like just being one child, I feel like I have two right there.
Hmm.
He's all over the place.
And mine range from 48, 46, 44, 42.
There's no way
Every 2 years.
Miss V does not look like she would have kids that old.
No
So
way.
those are my children. Then my grandchildren go from 29, 26, 25, 22, 19, 18. Yeah, those are the grandchildren. Then the
Miss
great
V,
grandchildren.
how can you be at 36 and have a 29-year-old granddaughter and let alone have great grandchildren?
Now
I'm
you
That's
just did.
such.
I'm with Luca on this one. It's math, basic math. It's not possible.
So this
What I'm
is
saying.
what 65 looks like.
You know what? I look forward to 65 if that's the case. It looks
Yeah.
great.
So this would be 66 in 2 months.
God bless, Vicky.
You gotta pass me whatever skin routine you have.
Yeah,
Soap and water.
that don't math for me.
Soap and
Yeah.
water is all it is.
Good gracious. I got the water part down. I don't know about the soap. I'm not even ready to. I'm done.
I
I'm
just
done.
put
How hard do I
Take
go
soap
the
and
scrub?
water on there. That's all. I don't put none.
All
I
right.
don't put no creams or nothing on there. Just plain soap and water.
Let's get back to our question, Chris, because we got to pay the bills. I got to write this stream off. We got to pay the bills, okay? Grizz, what's your thoughts about making a collective, about a community, maybe joining forces of some kind, where we choose a particular day that Phyllis goes live, and then the next day I go live, and the next day Miss V goes live, so that we have somebody on live every day, something like that. What's your thoughts, Chris?
I never thought
I'm
of
just throwing things out to you.
I actually never thought about that. That sounds actually pretty cool. Join forces, support each other, and just make the community grow. I mean, just letting people know we're here to, to help each other out and grow and learn. So that's a really good idea.
Miss V, what's your thoughts? I'm sorry, Phyllis. I'm going to have you last because
Oh,
I know you've got a lot to say. I know that. Miss V,
you
go
know I
ahead.
could talk forever. I could
Okay.
talk forever on many subjects, on how to maintain your attitudes, your talking about developing what we need to develop, learning how to, like you just, said when I said, why am I seeing this? Why now? Why am I catching stuff on the side of my eyes? Knowing that something is here, knowing that why I can't sleep at night, what's keeping me up at night. Okay, who's talking? Who's saying something? Who's tapping me? What do you want?
So wait, Miss V, are you saying you can't sleep at night?
I can't sleep at night.
It sounds like
It's like when I try and go to sleep at night, I'm like, okay, go to sleep, and then I'm up.
So okay, so let me say this. What if we start Wednesday, and Wednesday say, and I don't know, just throwing the idea out there. Wednesday, Chris says, okay, tonight's my night. I'm gonna host. We're gonna do oracle card reads for the collective. We might be a shorter scope because it's a school night or something like that. And then Thursday, boom, this feed comes on. All right, I'm gonna bring my pendulum. We're gonna talk about my hair. We're gonna talk about learning how to take care of our skin or whatever the case is. because we're still trying to help people. And then Friday, maybe I join. Saturday, Phyllis is on. Phyllis is going to do some heavy readings with the help of the collective, with the help of Miss B, the energy, the good intentions, the prayers, with the help of Miss Ruth. So we're up to you now, Phyllis. You're the big dog here. What's your thoughts? And no is an answer too, okay? No is an
No,
answer too.
absolutely
What
not.
is your thoughts?
I love that idea. I think it's fantastic. You know, it's about supporting, like Gris said, right? It's about supporting each other. And I think that the more energy, hey Kev, the more energy that is put into a live, you know, the better it is. And that, going back to that Periscope thing, where the girl was coming through and speaking, and we could hear her. That was because it wasn't just me, but there was other people. There was about maybe 5 of us who all had gifts very strongly, for like in our own ways, right? Nobody's the same. Nobody has the same gifts, but you know, collectively, right? One person was really good at channeling. Another person was another person was, you know, very intuitive. Another one like was, you know, tarot cards. So it was like this, you know, this collective, right, of people that allowed this energy to be so strong that it was absolutely craziness. But Miss Vicky, can I make a suggestion about the sleep thing at night? Try, I mean, obviously you wouldn't do this every night, but have you ever considered like a spiritual bath?
No.
Okay. So you go into your washroom, you put some Epsom salt, some hot water, you bring in your crystal, candles, music, whatever makes you feel calm, and just give yourself that time to just, you know, re-energize in a way, but also to release. You know, because we have to, just like we have to can't talk.
Re-energize.
Guys, that was the tongue twister. We also have to purge, right? Especially when you're empathic. You have to purge. And that's why I cry. I cry all the time. And it's okay. I need to
do
cry
too.
to get rid of all that stuff that I'm holding on to, right?
Yes.
So maybe try some meditation music and some, like, a spiritual bath.
Nice.
Because I'm telling you, it's like, oh my goodness, every time I try and shut it down, it's like the moment I try and shut it down, I try and close off everything, and then it's like, I'm up.
You have all this going around.
Yes, it's just so much going on in my head, and I'm like, okay, close it off. I need to shut it down. I need to close it off. I need to stop it.
Yep.
Not only that, remember Phyllis said we have to purge. I like that. Purge.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Because, you know, people say, oh, I have to purge this, you know, this room in my house, or, you know, this or that, but nobody thinks to purge
themselves,
like, of themselves.
Right?
It's like a snake. A snake changes its skin, right? And has to push through all of it to, you know, to be sort of renewed. So we're no different.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I think about
cool.
how I changed my hair styles in a minute. You know, if you look at my Facebook page, baby, I have numerous hairstyles.
That's another good idea, Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Like a
And
journal
that,
next to your bed, like Luca does, right?
yeah. And that's also
Yeah.
purging. Hello, Daniela.
One
That's
thing I know for sure, I
Okay.
believe.
You know what? I have a little booklet right now, so I do need to write down what's going on in my head.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
When you're led to put things down on paper, it may not make sense now, but I promise you, if you come back
Hey,
and read it,
nephew.
say a week from now, it's actually going to make perfect sense because of the situation that you might be
oof.
in. You know?
Luca, with your permission, can I ask the room something?
Sure.
Okay. Because I feel there's a male beside me and he really wants to speak. And I feel like he's like between 47 and 50 years old. And I feel like my head, something's happening with my head. So I don't know if it was like a brain injury or like an aneurysm or something. Young. He's a young, 47, that's young, right?
It's still young. Yeah.
Yeah. If this resonates with anyone, can you let me know? Because he's driving me bananas.
A brother that
He's been there.
ago,
He's been behind you for a while.
Yeah.
Hmm.
really.
Yep.
I have a
Yeah.
brother that passed away a long, long time ago, but he was 29.
Okay, so how old would he have been now?
He would be in his 50s.
Mm.
He would be
Right.
Luca. I won't
Hey,
say what he.
Stacy.
Hey,
I won't.
Stacy. And how did he pass, if you don't mind me asking?
He was murdered and
Mm.
he was shot in the head.
Oh, fuck's sakes.
Yeah, I mean, it was several shots on his body, but the main one was on the head.
With his head.
Yeah,
And I'm feeling it like right here.
it could be. I'm not sure. I
So,
was really young. I was like 15 years old. And I asked Luca because I've been able to connect with some family I have passed, but I've never been able to connect with him, like dreams, nothing. Like, is he okay? Is he at peace? What's going on? But Luca was able to help me not too long ago. But I don't know if that would be him.
okay, let me see if I can,
Warrior Green. I don't know if it could be hers.
Stacy, welcome back, Stacy. Stacy, I hope you're feeling better as well. I'm sorry. Phyllis, go ahead.
It's okay. No, it's okay.
So, guys, if you're not following Phyllis here in the Denim Jacket, please
Thank you.
make sure you follow her. When she goes live, extra large medium, go follow her. Go join her live streams. She's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. She's fantastic. And
Thank
Miss V down there with the awesome hair, the hair that I want right now, because all my hair is a little bit gray in color.
You go
Go
buy
follow
it and
her.
you slap it on.
Slap it on. I like that. And of course, my partner in crime right there at the bottom, Grizz J Tiger. If you haven't yet followed her, please do so. She started a separate account where she can actually share her
you.
gifts and talents and messages that she gets. 'Cause she may not believe it, but there's a lot of times, like today's last several days, she kept bombarding me with texts and messages
Yeah.
because she was getting it. It was just kept coming, and I was. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I was getting downloads, which is not often, or it's rare for me. I don't know, that day just, and it was all like, it was a lot for you. And I was like, okay, I can't stop texting you. I know you're busy, but I need to get all this out. So here you go.
Yeah. And just to let you know, I do go back and look at it, I read it, I watch, I listen. So, okay, Phyllis.
Chris,
Yes.
do you have a sister as well?
Yes.
Right. So there was three of you.
There's three. Yep.
Okay. And does the C name make sense to you?
The
It's a
what?
C name?
P.
C, like cat? C?
C as in cat.
Yeah.
No. Not. No.
A C name?
Yeah.
That's my sister name.
It's like Carrie or
Carolyn.
okay. Okay. Oh, wait. But did she die with something to do with her head?
Mm-hmm.
And she was in her late 40s, early 50s?
No, she was in her early 60s.
No, 'cause I'm feeling this like a masculine, and I mean we all have divine, we all have divine masculine and feminine, and some of us, have more than, one to the other, and it has nothing to do with gender. So
Mm-hmm.
I am feeling this like a masculine, divine masculine for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was more like the masculine um female kind of thing. She was more of the masculine type. She was a female, but she ran things like
Was it a
I
was it an aneurysm
um
or what?
she was more she was brain dead, so I don't quite know what all it was, but it was like everything just was gone.
Hmm. Hold on.
Phyllis, can I ask Miss V a question?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Miss V, are you a collector?
Am I a collector?
Do you hold on to things?
Yep.
Do you have maybe a small collection, a medium-sized collection, or any type
A,
of collection?
a big collection.
Okay,
My
so that makes
my
sense.
kids was mad at me when they had to break down my house because I had a whole lot of stuff.
There's sentimental memories connected to them,
Yep.
as well as um, value,
Mm-hmm.
monetary value connected to it. And some of
Probably,
it,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
some of it was also it was a collection, or it either got started or was continued by their ex-husband passed away.
When my husband passed, it was a lot of stuff that I wanted to
Before he
hold
passed
on.
away, I mean,
Yep.
did it have something to do with music, like records or vinyl?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. I've seen that. So the reason why I asked if you're a collector, sometimes we, as individuals, we have a certain um, energy, a certain glow in our core that spirits are so attracted to, and that it may have made a connection with you, or you had a connection with it, and hold on to that as a collection. Kind of like how I like this record. It's like the best songs I remember when I was in high school. And I'm going to hold on to it because it's got sentimental value to it. So,
Mm-hmm.
like those in your life that have passed, there is a lot of memory going, a lot of memories for you that are sentimental, that have value, and
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like your collection, like a collection of spirits.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes in a collection of spirits, jumbled in between, there could be like a record I never wanted, like a spirit of dope. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was being shown. That's what I was being told. To make sure or do your best, like Phyllis was saying, set your boundaries. It's okay to have that sentimental collection of spirits in your life that you make connections with. Because you're going to see them again anyway, or sometimes they're always with you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I remember when Kelly's,
He's always with me.
yeah, did he have a certain Phyllis? I'm sorry if I'm interrupting you, Phyllis. Okay, I'm just getting these things. Um, was there a certain hair oil or some kind of cologne or something that had such an attractive odor or aroma
Cologne.
to you? Cologne. There was
Mm-hmm.
a specific one that he used and he liked, and you as well. You associate that aroma or that smell, that cologne with him.
I can catch a whiff of his cologne that he would wear, so I could catch it from time to time
Yeah,
when I know
yeah.
he's around. I could catch the sense of his cologne.
He was a lady killer.
That's beyond what he was a hoe.
Yeah. This is how I see him. He's like this, okay, Miss V. Don't kill me, as Kelly would say. This is how he's showing me himself.
Yep.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes.
He's like that, and he was proud about it,
Mm-hmm.
but his heart belonged to me,
Yes.
and he knew it.
Mm-hmm. He loved the attention of women all the time. That was something that he could not stop himself from.
He says, and it didn't matter the age.
Mm-mm.
He loved the attention, and it
He
didn't matter
loved.
the age.
That was his thing. He would be with me and turn all the way around to look at other women, and I would look at him like, "So I'm not here."
And Vicky, does
Mm-hmm.
Marvin does
Oh my gosh.
if I say Marvin Gaye, does that mean something to you?
Well, see, he was a singer, so he could sing well. So he could sing "Let's Get It On."
That,
Miss V,
that's what I was
Miss
just gonna
V,
say. Let's get it on.
Miss V, he said you're gonna understand this. He said the reason why he appreciated women, he said that he appreciated their form, he appreciated their shape.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, like I said, he was a hoe, but but I knew, he loved me. It was just something that he had to do. It was his persona. It was who he was. It wasn't
My
that
girl,
he.
my girl. What's my girl mean?
Oh, that was his
Uh,
song that
My
he
girl.
sang to me. That was his
that's what I
song that
was
he sang.
singing.
He's, he
That was
said,
the song
he
that he was
said,
singing to me.
he said, that's my girl. That's my girl, just like that.
That's the
He's got
song.
strong energy.
Whenever we would go do karaoke,
He's
that was the
very strong.
song that he would sing to me.
And when you were mad at him, he would
Mm-hmm.
come like you'd be like ignoring him, and he'd like sort of come up to you and be like, he'd start
My
singing.
girl,
Yeah.
talking
Talking about
about my girl.
yeah, and then you tried to like stay mad, but you never could. You would just smile, and then he knew.
He
He
would get
said,
me with
he
that
said,
one he could get me with.
Yeah.
When he come around
he
like
said,
two and two
when he
ear.
when he knew you were upset with him, he said he'd go splash on his cologne and come sing to you. That's what he just said.
He knew
He
how to
said
get me out.
when you were upset at him or something he did, he said, "I splash the cologne on and go sing to my girl."
Yes, he does, Stacy. Whenever he knew I needed him, he would splash on that cologne. He would sing that song, and
Mm,
it would be over with because he knew
mm.
how to get me.
Mm-hmm.
He got you right. He said, "I got you. I got him.
He
I
got
got him."
he. I don't care how mad I could be and how pissed I could be at him. Sing that song, put that cologne on, and he got me.
He melted you.
He said, you could
Yes,
never stay mad at him. He
I
said,
can never.
she could
I
never
don't care.
stay mad
I
at him.
mean, he can make me be pissed to the piss stepping. Put that on and sing that song.
I like his energy. He's got a really good energy.
Hmm. And when
I
it's my
like it.
time to go, he's gonna come and get me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
He is.
He says only the best. Only the best for my girl. He treated you like a queen.
Oh yeah.
You were his queen.
Hmm. And even when he went to a level that I could not believe he went, when I didn't think I ever was gonna forgive him, he still managed to get back in.
He has a regret though. He has a regret. He regrets he didn't. Was there a promise he made to you that he didn't fulfill? Was there something he said he would do for you that he didn't accomplish?
Well, he ended up getting really, really sick. So the one thing that he regretted was that his illness took over, and I was the one that had to take over the finance part. He never really wanted me to be the one that had to get up and do the work because he was the one that loved taking care of me financially.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because he said I didn't give her the life I wanted.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And
He
he said,
wanted he liked hitting that floor in the morning and making sure that financially he had it.
he was a good
But
provider. He was a really good provider.
yes.
Yeah. He was proud of it too.
Yes, he was. He was the one that when it came time to get that payday, baby, he made sure that I had it. And it
He
I
said,
was
he
I was
said,
the one that helped out. He didn't want me to be the provider. He wanted me to be the help.
he said we never went hungry.
Mm-mm.
wow.
And even when times were thin, he found a way to put food on the table.
Yes, he did.
Even if it meant doing something outside of his comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm.
Yep. And
Miss
so,
V, I like having you in our lives. You bring good energy.
mm-hmm.
I like that. I'm connecting with him. He's got a really good energy. I don't
Mm.
know why right now, but I really feel like
You know what? And then, so what I keep trying to not do is look for a man like him.
like him. Exactly. That's what he said. Don't look for me. He said, "Don't look for me. I am one of a kind."
He's
One
unique.
of a kind.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. I was just going to say, there's no. Okay, this is his words, not mine, okay? But, because there's no one like me, baby.
Yeah. I
And that's
think I
exactly what
think
I'm trying not to do is look for nobody like him.
I think you in the past, if I remember correctly, there was a gentleman that you were possibly seeing or maybe dating, but he's saying that you've held past connections after him, but compared it to him. You don't do this like he did. You don't do that like he did. You
Mm-mm.
don't sing to me like he did. You don't have the same cologne like he did. And that comparison has pushed you away from finding that connection, that twin flame, and pushed you away from the possibility of finding that next person in your life,
So that's
the next person in your collection in your life.
so I keep telling him, find them for me, so, so I can quit. So I can quit looking for them. I keep telling him to send them to me.
Okay, he's doing this.
Okay.
I tried. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like that joke where we're on the roof and the whole city is flooded, and boats come and you refuse. I'm waiting for God, and helicopters come and you refuse, and all of a sudden we're driving to go to heaven. And you ask God, why didn't you save me? And he said, I sent you a boat, sent you a helicopter, I sent you all these people to save you. And that's what he should have. I tried. I tried. That's what he says. He's got his hands up in the air like this. I tried.
I try. Well, honey, you got to make it much more clear because these fools that's coming my way, they mad because they spending $40. And I'm like, now you know me, you know I like shoes and purses and clothes, and if you mad because you spending $40,
That's not enough.
Okay, here's what Spirit wants you to know, Misty. Here's what Spirit wants you to know. I got a little teary-eyed earlier because of what your husband was telling me about feeling really bad about failing you. The word that he uses, failing. And that, I guess it had to do with, at the end, he wanted to leave you a legacy. Instead, he left you heartache and pain. And that's why I was getting teary-eyed, because I could feel the sadness with that.
mm-hmm.
But here's what Spirit wants you to know. Make yourself ready.
Okay.
It's good to have those memories of your ex-husband, but to make space for something new.
Okay. Prepare
Because
myself for something.
when you do make that space and your heart's ready,
Mm-hmm.
the person's going to enter your life. It's going to be someone you've never met before. It's going to be a total stranger.
Okay.
Because the ones that you know now either don't want to spend $40 or might be tired of being compared to what I'm not. Does that make sense? Be ready. Make room.
Okay. Making space
So
for the new.
Spirit's showing me this thing where, like how when back in the war, husband and wife would write letters to each other,
Mm-hmm.
and they had this stack of letters.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm seeing is that there's this red ribbon that you put around red, specifically red, the
Mm-hmm.
color of love. Put it around these letters. Could be the emotions, could be your feelings, could be your thought. Wrap it up in that red one and put it away. That season is done for you. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I feel that. Yep.
Good. Good. Phyllis, anything? Any words of enlightenment for us?
I could see she was writing down and she was
Yeah. By the way, Miss V, thank you so much for allowing me to tap
Thank
in.
you so much for giving me the healing that I needed. Because when I tell you this past week, I have been in so much hurt and feeling lost because I was angry and mad. and felt like you didn't take care of yourself enough for me
Mm-hmm.
to stay here for me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
And now I'm here in this little space instead of being back home where we were together.
You got more angry with him now that he's passed than you ever did when he was alive.
Because see, as
Right.
long as I was in the apartment where we were, I felt like we were still there, even though he wasn't physically there, but we were still there together. But then when I was removed from the place, I became more angry.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm forced to be in this little space of my daughter's home with her and her husband. And so, I mean, he's like over there on the dresser, on this table, rather, this table. And I'm like, so now I'm reduced to this. And I had no income and other than just my retirement money, once a month money, where I had 4 incomes, and so I was just mad. I'm here and I can't do nothing. I can't go nowhere. I can't give myself what I'm normally able to give myself. And I was just mad.
Yes, you're not living the lifestyle that you used to.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And so, but I knew I had to let go of the anger in order to move forward.
Mhm.
And so this has
Remember, you're a
it
collector. You're
just
a collector. You hold on to things. You are a collector. You hold on to things, including emotions and energy. So,
mm-hmm.
like Phyllis said, we need to remember to purge that
Yep.
energy and that emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, and I've said this before, and Chris has heard this millions of times already. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe everything has a purpose,
Has a
and I
purpose
believe
and a
every purpose is driven.
time frame. So, because I was talking to one of my other girlfriends that is up in Minnesota, and I was saying, I just feel lost. I feel like I was just out here in space and just floating, and I just don't know what to do with myself.
Wait, now, you have his ashes?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what he's saying. That's what spirit is saying. It's time to put that
Mm-hmm.
pretty little love bow on it and put
Mm-hmm.
it away. Because as long as you look at it, it's gonna remind you of the hurt, the disappointment, the anger. It's gonna remind you of all of that. Duchess, welcome. So it's something that when you're ready, you don't have to do it because I said or because it's what I've been told. But do it when you're ready. It's where you take that pretty little bowl, red
Mm-hmm.
ribbon, specifically red. Now, what was your
Oh,
ex-husband's favorite color?
well, he loved all colors. I mean, the thing is when he would put an outfit together, he had to do the hat, the shirt, the pants, the jacket, the shoes. He loved it all. He did it from head to toe.
Bell bottoms or angel flights? That's what I'm hearing.
Huh?
Bell bottoms or angel flights? Does that make
Oh, well,
sense?
shoot. We come from the 70s. So so we did all of it. But I'm going to get him a red bow and
Okay,
tie
that's
it
good.
around there and tie it up nice. But what I want to know if the kids want to do some, necklaces or
No, this has nothing. This has only to do with you because you're stuck, because your energy is stuck, because your emotion is stuck. It's only to do with you. It's
okay.
it's you. It's you, Miss B, the
Mhm.
collector, that
Mhm.
needs to tie everything up in that pretty bow.
Okay.
tie it up real nice, and you can say, I still love you, I always will, and I think it's time for me to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if you want to hear this. I'm going to say it anyway, because he
Mm-mm.
wants you to know
No,
this.
no. This is working for me. This has free. When I'm telling you what you're saying now, what all of y'all have said now, has freed me up so much so
And
that
he says, you're going
that
to do it. She's going to do it. She's going to do it. He said, you're stubborn like that. You're going to do it. Or you focus like that. You're going to do it. Whatever the suggestions, your
the
messages are.
weight
But he's,
that was on my shoulders have been lifted.
so what he is saying, and I'm not connected with it anymore. But what he has said was, I'm moving out of your life. Not your heart. It's two different things. I'm
Mm-hmm.
moving out of your life.
Mm.
Because now it's your turn to take up your life, take it back,
Mm-hmm.
and move
No,
on
I'm just
and
talking.
purge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense, Miss B?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. And then, like I said, there's no coincidence why you were here tonight. There's no coincidence
There
why
is no
I
coincidences.
asked you to call in. Because the Spirit knows what needed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my point in case, Miss Phyllis and Miss Grizz and Miss B. As
Mm-hmm.
a collective, when we can channel like this, I mean, there's so much power as a group, as a collective. And I think we can be much more effective and we can hit much more eyes. There are people who are asking for help. One of them, I think we all know her, is Shauna.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in contact with her. I'd like her to be I'd like her to be part of this community.
Okay.
Stacy, you guys already saw her here tonight. I'd also like her to be part of this community. I
Stacy,
think
good.
these are two amazing people that will
Yeah.
bring so much to the table to
Mm-hmm.
you know. So Miss Chris, I've spoken enough. You're sitting there nice and quiet. You okay?
Me?
Yes, dude.
I was just like feeling it. Like everything you were telling Miss V, I was like literally feeling the sadness, the frustration,
hmm
you know,
Now
missing
the
it, the
sadness is not
mad.
his.
Hmm?
The sadness is Miss B's. That's what the sadness you're feeling.
And
It's Miss
frustration.
B's.
I felt frustration. Yeah.
I think your anger is in disappointment.
My stomach, my gut
That's where it
is
is.
like a rock.
Yeah.
It's like feeling this.
Vicky,
Mm-hmm.
there's a song. It's called Jealous
Mm-hmm.
from Labyrinth. Do you know it?
I love that song.
Me too.
No, I've never heard of it.
Okay. When you have a chance, if you listen to it, I don't know, I feel like your husband makes me feel like you will resonate with it.
Mm-hmm.
So the song is about, I think, he's talking about like the jealousy of losing a person and then moving on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like, you know, we broke up and now I've moved on, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous that you're happy. I'm jealous that you found someone new.
Right. So
So
if you listen to the chorus of it, I feel like that's gonna resonate with you.
Okay, now
I,
it's
I
called
wish I
what?
could I wish I could turn it on, but then I don't want freaking Instagram to, you know,
Block it.
to block it. You can only the only way they won't block it is if you sing it. But yeah, so you might want to just go listen to it.
So it's called Jealousy?
Jealous
Jealous.
by
Okay.
Labyrinth. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's all.
that's a good song. It's a really good song. It talks about a love connection that was broken and that one part of the connection sees the other person be extremely happy and better off than when they were in this other connection, and that the jealousy of it. But really, what it is, it's a love song. It's a love song of how I'm jealous. I couldn't do that for you. I'm jealous. I couldn't be that for you. I'm
Yeah.
jealous that you're happier now more than ever.
So
That's
one
a
of
good
the
song.
lines is, "So I told you when you left me, there's nothing left to or there's nothing to forgive." I don't know. There's just something about that song that, I don't know, just something to think about, to listen to. See if it.
Miss V, was there a favorite grandchild of his?
Yes. His
Or
grand
was this grandchild a
his grand
female? Go ahead.
his grandson Dewan, baby.
Okay, that's who you give his ashes to.
Okay.
That's who he wants his ashes to go to
Okay.
because he's like I said he's moving out of your life.
Because when I tell you that grandson right there, that one right there
Mm-hmm. Okay.
is
Takes
I,
after his
I can't even
grandfather.
put it into words how much
Takes
that
after his grandfather.
he loved his he loved his
Yeah,
grandpa.
yeah. So after that pretty little bow and you say your goodbye,
Mm-hmm.
make that room in your heart.
Okay.
You're gonna be ready. That person's gonna come to you. Now,
Okay.
understand when you do that, Miss V.
I pulled it
Once
up
you do
on
that,
the phone. I pulled the song up on.
once you do that red ribbon and you say your goodbye, there is a very good possibility that you may never connect with him again or smell his cologne or anything like that. So you have to make sure you're ready for that emotion
Mm-hmm.
because that's you saying goodbye once.
Okay.
Okay, the first time is hard. Second time is harder.
I
Okay.
feel, I don't know if I'm wrong, but I feel like by doing that process, you will have that little bit of grievance, like a second grievance, but it's not going to be long. It's going to be very temporary, and you have to release it. You have to,
Mm-hmm.
you have to feel it, because with that, all that energy you've been holding on is going to leave you, leave your body,
He
and you'll
says
be like
he
free
says
feeling.
when she sets her mind to something, she does it. He says you're gonna do it.
Yeah, because I know when I left the apartment, when I tell you the grievance that I had to go through with that one,
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
oh my God, I didn't even know that I had to go through that particular grievance.
mm,
It was hard, and I ended up moving in with a girlfriend of mine up there for like a month, and I cried so hard. And so it was like I knew I had to come here because I couldn't even stay at her place. It was too hard. And my daughter was like, "Mom, you do not have to stay there and struggle." And I was like, "Yes, I'm coming home. I'm coming home." And when I
Yeah,
got
your daughter means well, but you were more upset moving here than ever. Yeah, like that.
and I had been there in the apartment after he had passed away for 4 years. And I don't even think I grieved as hard because I guess I was still there.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. It's not only just being there physically, but emotionally, mentally, you were still there. You were
Hmm.
still reliving the connections, the experiences, and everything else. But I mean, he's ready to move out of your life, so it's up to you now.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Any parting words for us, Miss Grizz? Any words of
Yeah. I
encouragement.
I was feeling earlier when Phyllis was mentioning about the like the detox, the purge, the bath. For some reason, I pictured your bathtub full of flower petals, pink and red. So like your salt, your Epsom salt. But I don't know why I feel like pink and red, petals
Mm-hmm.
will help you get back a little bit of that luxurious feeling back
Mm.
into your psyche or something. Like give back that good feeling that you need. So that might help.
Good. That's nice. Miss Phyllis, any last words for us today?
I really, I talk so much. I feel bad, but I do want to give my gratitude to everybody, to Luca, to Grizz, to Vicky, to everyone in the room for just being here. Because if you're here, then you're open
Mm-hmm.
to hearing something, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yeah.
looking to hearing something. And so when we do that, when we make that decision, that means we're ready for growth, and more ascension, and more, learning the truths in this world. And that's what we need, right?
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's like for me to be open and for you guys to be open, and having those truths come out. We're maybe in a small, minuscule kind of way, we're making a difference, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm only one person. But if I reach 5 people, and those people reach 5 people, and those people reach 5 people,
Yeah.
then we become united rather than divided, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I have so much gratitude for you guys. So thank you.
Aw.
Mm-hmm. No,
That's what happened
thank you
tonight.
guys.
That's what happened tonight. Where one became four,
Yeah.
one became 8,
Yeah.
one became 23.
Yeah.
It was destined for you all to join, and I didn't realize Phyllis was going to join. I'm glad you did, and I already knew I wanted you to pop on. Somebody was telling me I need Phyllis to get on. Phyllis calling.
Maybe it was that ESPN.
Maybe. But Ms. V, any words, parting words for us, Ms. V?
You know what? I just thank the universe, God, goddesses, angels, all the deities that is working in our favor. That is setting us free from the things that need to let us be free and be great and move forward, learning different things that we need to learn. I appreciate everyone, the comments that came in,
Mm-hmm.
to make the group bigger, better.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything. I appreciate everything that has happened. I appreciate being freed up, learn how to be free, learn how to move forward, because you cannot stay in a stagnated place without having some type of stagnation.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate each and every one of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to also thank, first of all, Grace, my partner, for always making me look good on Instagram. And thank you for all the hard work that you do in balancing your home life as a mom and a wife. And what I'm like, I can do this, do that, do this, do that. I demand a lot from her, and she always puts up. So I appreciate that, Grace,
Oh.
for being my partner in crime and always being my support. To you, Miss G, I'm glad we had a chance to connect tonight. I really
Mm-hmm.
am. I'm really feeling really good energy from what happened tonight. And it's just a
I do.
testament of what we're going to be doing coming up in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, to Miss Phyllis, oh my gosh, I think this is the longest we're ever connected. and this is the most we ever were in tune with each other.
That was so
And I
like
appreciate
you
that.
both were working together and you were getting like same thing, same info, and just that was pretty cool.
But I appreciate your knowledge. I appreciate you saging the room because we didn't have the best energy when we first started out, which
Mm-hmm.
means we were on the right path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
And
healing
to
was the
everyone,
tonight, and that the enemy
right,
never wants that.
and to everyone in the room who commented and joined and popped in and popped out, please know I am appreciative of you joining. And please don't hesitate to follow anyone in the room. Don't hesitate to come back. And our next stop, if Phyllis goes live tomorrow, we should try and be there as much as possible. And we
Thank you.
can share and help.
Yeah.
And
The party.
go ahead, please.
He's buffering.
Oh no.
Oh,
Me?
there
Yeah,
you.
it was just for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
But can I say something really quick? I promise, and then I'm
sure.
I'm
Sure.
done. Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember. I mean, I'm sure you do. The Little Rascals,
Mm-hmm.
right? Do you
Uh,
remember what they used to do to
Oh,
to greet each other as a sign of like sort of like it was like in a loving way. Like, do you
was it
remember?
like a little like they had his little? I'm trying to remember.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, that little thing there, huh?
And I just wanted to.
Yeah.
I don't know why that came to my head, but I was just like, I wanted to like,
They do that.
yeah. Anyways, that's it.
So I do appreciate everyone who joined tonight. Now, ladies, I have to ask. Because I asked this of all my guests. We're going to have Phyllis come back and be our featured guest one night. And we're going to set Misty up also to be our guest one night. Miss Phyllis, Miss D, maybe you can share your record collection with us or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. You know, whatever you're comfortable with. But there is a place where you can watch our replays now. And the replays are now on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to ask, is there
Cool.
things or anything that was said that you would not like to put on that other platform? And basically I use that just as replay. I don't edit, I make it raw, I let it go.
Gonna be in YouTube.
So, on YouTube. So ladies, I'm asking permission. If
Yes,
I ever get to download it, may I use it on YouTube?
yes, I'm okay.
Yes,
Okay,
you
good.
have my permission.
Thank
War
you, ladies.
saying, Warrior is saying that we should make that our club handshake.
Okay. I don't know about that,
Okay.
but okay. I will consider it.
All
But
right.
I will message both of you later on the next few days. I'll have Grizz contact you both and we'll set up a calendar for you two, if that's okay? On
Yeah.
Okay.
specific dates and times? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Thank you everybody
Well,
for watching, joining tonight. Thank
light
you
and love.
everybody, new viewers. Thank you so much, ladies. Appreciate you
Thank
all.
you.
You have a
Light
good
and
night.
love to everyone.
Have a good
Good
night.
night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.